There were a couple of things that went wrong when I was making this rice. I missed some steps and there were some steps that happened out of order. I thought about just reshooting the whole thing the next day, but as my roommates and I were enjoying the hell out of it, I realized that one of the beauties of home cooking is that doing things perfectly every time in every way is kind of unnecessary. I was working with white rice for the first time in like 5 years, so my timing was slightly off. I also forgot to add the sausage in with the rice at the beginning of cooking, and therefore I had to use chopsticks to add sausage to the rice mid-cook. Did anything bad happen? No. Nothing was affected, and at the end of the day, you couldn't even notice the difference because there was a layer of pork belly on top of everything. Working in restaurants were kind of like this, working around small crisis and getting away with it so long as things were pretty and delicious, but doing things on video immortalizes your mistakes. One dish is fleeting, but YouTube is forever. But this is a home cooking video, and mistakes in home cooking are fine. There are things you do at home that you couldn't ever get away with in the industry, but there are also things that make home cooking great that the industry could never achieve. This dish, for example. Yeah, I messed a step up, but I also loaded it with a lot of the things that I like. Extra sausage and an absurd amount of pork belly. This dish would lose money in the real world, but I'm not doing this for the money. I'm doing this for me and for those living with me. This is for our enjoyment, not profit. So yeah, I'm putting in the things that I like and I'm going to put in way too much of it. This is what every home cook should strive for. Not to make restaurant quality dishes, but to make the dishes that only you could make because you are the master of your own tastes. Now when making the clay pot rice, the point is to cook everything together if possible. It's kind of like a casserole. The rice cooks along with some of the meats and flavorful ingredients so that they absorb the fat and flavor into it. So cook your rice with the cured meat and other flavorful things like mushrooms as long as you can. If you're using something other than a clay pot, be sure to slightly oil the bottom of your pot so that the rice forms a nice crispy bottom layer, which is everyone's favorite part, but also so that it can be more easily removed. Finally, you don't have to add a layer of pork belly nicely the way I did in this video, but make sure there is an evenly distributed layer of it throughout. That way, as the heat rises, the fat can render down and hit every grain in the pot. This dish can be served as a side, but it's always going to be everyone's favorite. If you're adding a larger protein like chicken thigh or beef, I'd add it midway so it doesn't overcook. But the important thing is to take what you like and do too much. Otherwise, what's the point of cooking at home?